Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to D4. Welcome to my good friend Chris from Treant Monk's Temple. We are going through each of the subclasses in the latest Unearthed Arcana Arcane Subclasses. Yesterday we did the poor tattooed warrior monk over on Chris's channel. Check it out over there if you want to see our thoughts on them. I bet you couldn't guess what they are. And today, though, as Chris mentioned last time, we are going over. I mean, is this the strongest subclass
Yeah,
in the Unearthed
yeah. We
Arcana?
hinted at this in the Arcana cleric, is that it's probably the second strongest. This is the strongest one.
Yeah, I think I agree. And my first thought when I kind of started going through it was, oh shoot, they're not gonna redo the Divine Soul Sorcerer. They're just gonna do this instead.
My first thought going through this, before I even read any of the features, was, what's this? I mean,
Thematically, it's a little weird.
It's a sword. Now listen, all right, I'm gonna pitch an idea. It's a sorcerer subclass, and here's the unique thing on it. You're never gonna hear this before. They gain their power through their ancestry.
Ancestor.
It's like it's in their bloodline. The power.
Well, to be fair,
That's the whole subclass.
to be fair,
Boom.
I feel like they've kind of gotten away from that a little bit
What?
in
Yeah, you're
2024.
right. You're right. There was no way to come up with that with a sorcerer until now. I've been waiting for the sorcerer subclass that allowed me to have an ancestor
To get
that was
something from my
powerful that I got
ancestor, yeah.
power from.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Well, okay. Should we jump in?
Yeah.
Let's jump in. But first, it's Magic Spoon Day. Hooray for me. Because I just got back from the gym and I'm hungry and it's lunchtime and now I've got an excuse to eat some of this fantastic cereal. That's especially great because today is a low carb day for me. Okay, most of you probably know by now, but for those who don't, here's the deal with Magic Spoon. First of all, it tastes great. They've got lots of awesome flavors like cinnamon toast, blueberry muffin, fruity, frosted, or my favorite that I'm enjoying today, maple waffle. Yum. Second, each serving has 13 to 14 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. And if you're a cereal lover like me, you know that is some seriously optimized cereal. But yes, if you hadn't heard yet, they do granola now. And it's the Magic Spoon product that I find myself eating more of than anything. I've always loved kind of like crunchy, hearty, nutty cereals the best, and this stuff checks all of the boxes for me. It's packed with almonds, sunflower seeds, cashews, and it comes in awesome flavors: peanut butter, mixed berry, chocolate, and what I've decided to mix with my maple waffle today, honey almond. It is a seriously great combo. And yeah, with the granola, you get 13 grams of protein per serving, 0 added sugar, and I actually love to mix it not just with cereal, but like yogurt or ice cream. I love it. And then, of course, there are the treat bars, a really nice on-the-go option, of which I am all out, as I usually am, because every time I order them, my wife and kids just gobble them up. They've got 11 to 12 grams of protein, only 1 gram of sugar, and only 1 to 2 net grams of carbs. They're light and yummy. They're really good. So, if you haven't tried Magic Spoon yet, I hope you'll give them a shot. Go to the link that I've got in the video description or in the pinned comment, or you can just scan the QR code right up here if you would, so that they know I sent you. Thanks. As always, they offer a 100% happiness guarantee. If you order online, you don't like it, they will refund your money, no questions asked. So yeah, nothing to lose. Oh, and don't forget to use the code D4 at checkout to save $5 off your order. So big thanks as always to Magic Spoon for sponsoring and for making my high protein, low carb days so much more enjoyable. So you've got, at level 3, Ancestors Lore. You use your force of personality to channel your ancestors' knowledge. When you make an intelligence check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your charisma modifier. You also gain proficiency in one of these skills of your choice: Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, or Religion. You know, generally speaking, aside from the spell list, I feel like at level 3, we're basically getting like utility stuff, which bums me out a little bit, but that's just because I'm such a spreadsheet focused minded person that it's kind of
Here's my thoughts on this. So when it comes to subclasses, this is hardly we're obviously leaning into wizard, right? We're sorcerer, but kind of leaning into wizard with the subclass. And this isn't new.
Right.
We have lots of other subclasses that lean into something else, a different class. So it kind of feels like you're a little bit multi-classed through your subclass selection. I'm all for that. With sorcerer, do we have enough of a unique identity from wizard to really go that route?
To make you a little bit of a wizardy sorcerer.
Yeah. If I'm thinking sorcerer and I'm thinking, let's make a subclass that kind of leans into another class thematically, what class has a really distinct identity from sorcerer? Wizard.
Well, this should become your new most powerful subclass in the game then, because you and I already disagree a little bit on who's stronger, sorcerers or wizards. Well, if you've got a sorcerer who's very wizardy, well, now they're for sure the best, right?
They didn't give him ritual casting.
Yeah, that's true. And the spell list still isn't quite as good.
It's quite a bit worse.
Yeah. Okay, so still, add your charisma modifier to intelligence checks. That's sure. I mean, that's nice, and an extra proficiency. Yeah. I'm gonna skip the spell list for now and just go down to Visage of the Ancestor, because again, now it's saying that when your innate sorcery feature is active, then you have advantage on ability checks you make as part of the influence action. So, again, more utility. You're kind of a really great sorcerer face.
I figure if you want to make a sorcerer that's a skills expert, we now have 2 features at level 3 that both boost skills.
Yeah.
And I mean, thematically, it does make sense. If I've got the spectral haze of my ancestor around me, naturally I'd be better at handling animals.
And being persuasive.
And being deceptive.
Yeah.
If I want to be tricky, they're going, you got that haze of that ancient mage around
Uncle
you.
Otto, he was a real knave. So I'm going to draw inspiration from him, and he's going to help me be more knavish.
Yeah. And if I'm thinking of sorcerer subclasses that should be good at charisma checks, the one that leans into wizard.
Yeah. So it feels a little weird
random.
Conceptually.
Feels completely random to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I do like seeing Wizards of the Coast lean into innate sorcery, because to your point, trying to create a little hey, how are sorcerers different than wizards? Well, this is one way, right, that they could kind of lean into, hey, here's the self buff that they get, and let's tie some things to this, that while it's active, they get some extra bonuses, and we'll see this throughout the subclass.
You're going to see throughout the subclass that there's a bunch of stuff here that's really good, and it is very sorcery. I don't know what it is.
It's
I don't get
cohesive.
These seem like random powerful features.
Yeah.
They threw in a pile and said, "What do we call this?" Well, we'll call it sorcerer that gets its power through its bloodline, I guess.
It's ancestral. Yeah. Like all sorcerers are supposed to.
Yeah. And this time they show up and they talk to you, and
and they're guiding you. They're helping you. Okay. So spell list. At level 3, command, guidance, locate object, protection from evil and good, resistant spiritual weapon. This is where I started to go, oh, we're not gonna get a divine soul sorcerer, are we? We're just gonna get a sorcerer with some good cleric spells, who also is very wizardy.
Randomly has good cleric spells. Not randomly. Some of them have spirit in the name.
Yes. Yeah.
So they must be thematic.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. Level 3 magic circle, spirit guardians, of course, huge standout at level 5. Divination, locate creature. I mean,
divination's a great spell, and it's a ritual.
Yeah. And if you need locate creature, it's awesome. Most of the time.
I locate objects the better one, but you get that too.
Yeah. Legend lore. Yolande's regal presence at level 9. So, there's some real good ones in there. And
I'm still not I think the idea is that So Mordenkainen's your uncle or whatever, right?
Right. Tasha is your great aunt.
I actually was talking with somebody online today. It's like the sorcerer from the D&D movie. He's like the grandkid of Mordenkainen or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like you took his character and said, let's take away the wild magic sorcery and make him completely generic. Except his only thing is that he's Mordenkainen's kid.
Right.
It's like that, and I think the idea here is that these are your ancestor coming through to try to help you.
Right.
So guidance is them giving you guidance, except that you can give it to other people, but it says guidance. It's called guidance.
Yeah.
You're
just whispering to your friend the thing.
You're looking for an object, and they're pointing where you need to go or whatever. I think that's the idea. I think, and the spirit guardians, I don't know, is it a bunch of little?
It's
little
all it's all of your
zipping around you,
showing up and helping you, for sure.
There was some reaching here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But mechanically, good stuff.
A very good, very, very good list. Divination, spirit guardians, guidance, locate object.
Yeah,
it's a good list. Yeah, and command. What does command have to do with your? Anyway, and it doesn't. Let's just move on. It's good. It's a good spell.
It is good.
So you get a good spell list.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 different features that both help your skills.
Yep.
And yeah, not bad.
Okay, at level 6, superior spell disruption. Your ancestor's spellcasting mastery aids you in breaking spells. So yeah, you're right, Uncle Mordenkainen or grandfather. You always have counterspell and dispel magic prepared right off the bat. Great. 2 spells that I probably wanted anyways, right? Mm-hmm. While your innate sorcery feature is active, you can cast each spell without expending a spell slot. If you cast counterspell in this way, the target has disadvantage on its Constitution saving throw. If you cast dispel magic in this way, you have advantage on your ability checks to end ongoing spells. Once you cast either spell without a spell slot, finish long rest before you can do it again. Really solid. Buffed counterspell and dispel magic that you can cast once per day, and free preparations.
Yeah, I mean, basically what they did is they looked at the Abjurer and they said, what if we took their level 10 feature, made it way better, and give it at level 6? That's what they did.
And it doesn't even cost 3 focus points to use counterspell.
It's like, the level 10 Abjurer Wizard Spellbreaker feature, except they made it better.
Better and earlier.
And they gave it 4 levels earlier.
See, they're trying to undermine your wizard.
Yeah, they sure are. It's definitely, like, I looked at the other level 6 sorcerer features. This is too powerful.
Yeah, it's better than any of them.
Yeah. And what were they thinking? What were they thinking that to take the Abjurer? Because they must have. They must have just stolen this from the Abjurer and then decided to buff it.
Well, I guess my ancestor was
even though they were
making
it 6th level. Yeah, well, that's right. He was Mordenkainen. He's higher than level 10.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he's coming back to you at level 6 and giving you his level of counterspell. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's strong.
I don't.
It's very strong.
But
okay, level 14, Ancestral Majesty. Your ancestor's visage evokes awe or dread while your innate sorcery feature is active. Again, and I'll just keep saying it. I like that they tie it to innate sorcery. You're surrounded by a magical aura and a 5-foot emanation. Whenever a creature you see enters the emanation or ends its turn there, force a charisma save, which is generally the best save for us to be targeting, right?
That or intelligence.
Yeah,
right.
And if they fail, they're prone or frightened until the end of our next turn, our choice. They make the save only once per turn. That's good. I mean,
really good. I mean, if
frightened.
you're in combat at level 14, you have innate sorcery going.
Yeah.
You don't run out of innate sorceries at level 14 because you can do it again with sorcery points. So you always get it going on round 1. So it should always be going in combat, and that's the only time you ever want this feature. And yeah, the enemy runs up to hit you, and unlimited number of times.
Yep.
They have to make a saving throw, or you send them flying.
Or they're prone and they
or they're frightened and they run away. Yeah.
Or they're frightened and they have disadvantage. Now, it's not
get-
like the fear spell where they have to run away, but at least they can't move closer, right? And they have disadvantage on their attacks.
Yeah. I gotta say, I was seeing how this was. This one actually ties thematically to a previous feature. So it says, while your innate sorcery feature is active. Well, while your innate sorcery feature is active, you're going to have Visage of the Ancestor. So you got your ghostly Mordenkainen. So they run up and they see ghostly Mordenkainen. He's like, boo!
Terrifies them, yeah, exactly.
They run away. Yeah.
Great.
So I actually thematically get it. This is very good.
Yeah. And it's not the only level 14 feature we get.
No, why would you only give it? If I gave a 14th level sorcerer this feature, I'd be thinking, what else?
Yeah,
because I need
more.
some, and it better not be a ribbon.
Right. And it's not. You just can't lose concentration on sorcerer spells anymore.
Well, you can.
If you choose to.
No. I often
sure, if you
see
get
people talking about.
incapacitated.
Yeah. There's a
that's
lot of ways you can lose concentration that
Just
have
not
nothing
from
to do with
taking
taking damage.
Sure.
But this is
the main one tends to be taking damage, right?
I mean, you don't put this right after Ancestral Majesty.
Yeah.
You don't. Like,
Two
what are you
really
thinking?
good features. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
And utterly random. Completely and utterly random that has nothing to do with anything.
No, Chris, it says your deep connection with your ancestors steadies you.
Yeah, okay.
It's not random. It's because you're your ancestors.
That's word salad. It has nothing to do with ancestors. This is lazy and unnecessary. What is this doing here? Blech.
Making sorcerers really good.
Making sorcerers great again. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm just going to go right past that and move to level 18, where we talk about Ancestors Ward. Your Ancestors Protection redirects harmful magic away from you. While your innate sorcery feature is active, you gain advantage on saving throws against spells. Once during your use of innate sorcery, when you fail a saving throw against a spell, you have legendary resistance.
Yeah.
So, and again, this is not.
But that's the legendary resistance is only after we give you advantage on the saving throw.
True. So
we don't want you to
might
have to
not
use
need
it unless you don't need. Yeah. Because if you do use it, boy, it's going to be sure hard to spend the 2 sorcery points to use innate sorcery again, assuming you don't have any uses left, which you might.
Right. So that's what I was going to say, because this is not once per short rest. This is not once per long rest. It's just once per innate sorcery use, which
once per turn
can multiple
or per round, right? But you can refresh it once on your turn.
Yeah. So it's very good. And now to be fair, you only have advantage on saving throws against spells.
Yeah.
And so there's other things that you need saving throws for.
There is lots of other stuff. But it's still really, really good.
Yeah.
And like really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with your ancestor.
No, your ancestor's protection redirects harmful magic away from you.
This subclass, when I said yesterday that this is the opposite of Tattooed Monk, I didn't just mean that the Tattooed Monk is weak and this one is strong.
Right.
It's that the Tattooed Monk is actually kind of cool structurally.
Thematically.
And this one is boring as hell. And I have a nightmare that they publish this as is, and everyone, of course, instantly starts playing the Ancestry Sorcerer, and all sorcerers are bland and boring forever.
Don't worry, Chris. Don't worry. Some of us create YouTube content where we don't care at all about saving throws or defense, and this does nothing for my damage. So I'm never going to use this subclass unless I'm building around Spirit Guardians, in which case
that's true. You're going to take it for Spirit Guardian. They have to change that.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. We don't need a final thoughts here.
I don't
very,
like
very
it.
strong. But it's
really
too
good.
strong, and it needs to be rebalanced and
probably
given
come
another
up with
pass.
an idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's a thought.
Make this better conceptually.
Start with an idea, and then put features on it.
Yeah.
Don't take a bunch of features and go, these don't fit together at all. And let's throw something vague and explain it.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's what it feels like they did. Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, make sure you go fill out the
Yes.
the survey, okay, before it's too late. They don't keep those up for very long. So fill out the survey and let them know if you've got some solid constructive criticism. Put a little sugar in with the
Be nicer than I was
the
in
bitter
this video.
medicine that you're gonna try and give them.
Don't you can't if you're filling out your survey, I just want to say blech is spelled BLEH.
I thought it was GH.
You can use that's probably the American spelling.
What's I'm trying to think of blech with a Canadian accent now, but there's no sorry in blech, so it doesn't work.
They should be sorry.
All right, that's our review of the Ancestral Sorcerer. So make sure that you tune in tomorrow on Chris's channel, where we're gonna go over the Hexblade. Is it better?
Again.
Is it worse? Is it better than the last UA? Is it better than the 2014 version?
How many UAs for Hexblade do you think we'll get before we get another
One
published
more.
version?
I think we need one more. All right. Okay. See you in 10 seconds, Chris. Everybody else, see you tomorrow.